nature of stars. There is a cosmic timetable in building the body of the child. In other words, there is a much larger timetable than anything we can possibly imagine. There was a timetable in building the body of Arcturus, this first place where we began to work together, endowing form with consciousness. A star is simple compared to a rave. The body of a rave does not begin in earnest until the 7th stage, when the root center is constructed, and you will see all this tomorrow. A star is inanimate. There is only one stage of construction and one center. What in raves is called the G center, cosmic blood, the building of the solar G center. Think about the nature of all inanimate objects. All inanimate objects have a design crystal and a magnetic monopole. But if you draw out their matrix, they only have one possibility. That's a 25th gate innocence. That is, in a sense, inanimate. What we call the inanimate is the blood and sinew of the totality. It is the substance of all life. Form is life. Form is life. The design of a star is the archetype of an inanimate object. Life begins with a complete channel between two centers. That's why the first form that has its own unique design is a cell. This is life. And it has a full channel. A star is the purest expression of love. Longing to be one with the prime magnetic monopole, it builds a G center to assure its connection, to have a place for love to return to. Yeah. Isn't that sweet? Whoa. It almost makes you feel spiritual. Mechanics are very beautiful. You see, this is why we cannot really know love. It is why we just look for it. Because, of course, in every single one of us, our design crystal and our magnetic monopole are apart. They're apart. That magnetic monopole sits there in the G center, and the design's up there in the ajna, yearning to be one again. Dragged apart by the binary reality, over and over and over again. They're as sick of it as you are. No joke. And it's coming to an end. I don't know. You'll see on Friday whether you like what the other side looks like. We have all these assumptions, you know. I'm somebody that loves to burst the fantasy bubble. We have all these assumptions about the rewards of the next plane. Well, yeah, like everything, there's this and that. Longing to be one with the, I'll do it again, just see if I get another, ooh. Longing to be one with the prime magnetic monopole, it builds a G center to assure its connection, to have a place for love, the design crystal. You see, we are the expression of love. That is what this form is. You know, that's why all the mystics can say it's all about love. It's just love. Life is love. Death is when you find it. That's a joke. It does not build a throat to do. It seeks only to be directed in its expression of love. Its potential lies towards contact with shock. In the microcosm of rave design, this potential is the gate of innocence, the spirit of the self. This is a gate of the cross of the vessel. It is the most primary and universal potential to express love, and it's the gate of blood. The blood is life itself. The star, like the ray of sun, generates what it can never know, life. I'm a sun worshiper. That's an incredible thing, to generate what you cannot know. How beautiful that is. It does not know life. It's the maker of life. Beautiful. There are so many aspects in our biological nature that are doing things that are saving our lives second by second. There are so many parts of us that we have no recognition or conscious access to, that provides us where we are at the surface with all of our gifts. It is true with the totality. Every star, every galaxy, every cluster, every black hole, every quasar, every one of these things that we have placed names on are part of the energizing and life of the totality. We don't see it properly. We can't. We see the way our mechanism allows us to see. It is a limitation. We do not see the neutrino stream or the magnetic waves. We don't see these things. The G center is not an awareness center. Love existed long before awareness gave it a name. And it helps us with our little vanity to remember that. My way is my butterfly pictures. I was sitting in Madrid one day and I was having a cup of coffee and there was some magazines in front of me and I flipped open one of these magazines and there's this incredible photograph. It's a poster of the work of, I think, a Norwegian photographer. And he has spent his whole life photographing butterfly wings. And on the butterfly wings are all the letters of the alphabet and all the numbers. And it's a mind blower. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. You know, those butterflies are older than us. I mean, they're older than us. You know, the letters were there too. You know, the book of letters, they were always there. They were there before us. They were there before life on the earth. It's just a formula. The formula is eternal. It's the nature of my consciousness. I don't know how I know anything, but I know the formula. It's the formula. Once you grasp the formula, because that's what we are meant to be able to do, then the experiment is a success. And then the form can be endowed with consciousness and awareness. That's the whole process. The stars, the suns, they make it all possible for us. They provide us with the information grid of life. You know, a human being is nothing but a fire burning. That's what we are. We are a fire burning. We are an image of the sun. Stars are not aware. They are mechanical aspects of the body of the child. There is nothing to worship. Everything is of the same body. There is nothing to worship. If my mind ran my life, I would tear down all the temples. All of them. I would burn them to the ground. But then again, I'm not run by my mind. Your mind never has inner authority. Remember that. Keeps you out of trouble. Burning down temples is dangerous business.